Huge Los Angeles area wildfire destroys at least 53 structures. A deadly wildfire has destroyed more than 4 dozen structures, as it has blackened a wide area of tinder-dry Southern California forest, forced thousands and thousands of residents to flee, and has burned dangerously close to a vital mountaintop broadcasting complex. This one seems to be bigger than ever, say some residents. Fire crews battling the blaze in the Angeles National Forest have tried desperately to beat back the flames and prayed for weather conditions to ease. The fire was the largest of at least 8 burning across California after days of triple-digit temperatures and low humidity. The fire has burned or scorched at least 164 square miles of brush, destroyed 53 buildings, and threatened more than 12,000 others. But the lack of wind has kept them from driving stormily into the hearts of the dense suburbs northeast of Los Angeles. The 53 buildings destroyed included some forest cabins, said a U.S. Forest Service spokesman. Columns of smoke billowed high into the air before dispersing into a gauzy white haze that burned eyes and prompted warnings of unhealthy air throughout the Los Angeles area. Smoke could be seen billowing around the fabled Hollywood sign. 5 people became trapped inside a smoky canyon after they refused to evacuate threatened areas. They reported they were stranded at a ranch near Gold Creek. A sheriff's helicopter was unable to immediately reach them because of very intense fire activity. What this says is, listen, listen, listen. Those people were told to get out 2 days ago, and now we are putting our people in danger just to get them out. Burning everywhere. It's burning everywhere. When it gets into canyons that haven't burned in many years, it just takes off. If you have any insight into the good Lord upstairs, please put in a request, said a U.S. Forest Service spokeswoman. The exact number of people injured or threatened by the fire is still not clear. Over the weekend, 3 people who refused to evacuate were burned when they were overrun by flames. Fire crews set backfires and sprayed fire retardant at Mount Wilson, home to at least 20 television transmission towers, radio and cell phone antennas, and the 105-year-old Mount Wilson Observatory. The observatory also houses 2 giant telescopes and several multi-million-dollar university programs. It is both a landmark for its historic discoveries and a thriving modern center for astronomy. The fire, approximately a half a mile away, was expected to reach the mountaintop sometime Monday night. If the flames hit the mountain, cell phone service and TV and radio transmissions could be disrupted, but the extent was unclear. The blaze killed 2 firefighters, destroyed at least 21 homes, and forced thousands of evacuations. The firefighters died and their truck drove off the side of a road with flames all around them. May the Lord rest their souls. More intense wildfires than ever before. More destructive fires. The blaze in the Los Angeles foothills is the biggest but not most destructive of California's wildfires. Northeast of Sacramento, a wind-driven fire destroyed at least 60 structures over the weekend, many of them homes in the town of Auburn. A 275-acre blaze was 50% contained Monday afternoon. It wiped out an entire cul-de-sac, leaving only smoldering ruins, a handful of chimneys, and burned-out cars. The governor toured the Auburn area, where only charred remnants of homes remained on Monday. At some houses, the only things left on the foundation are metal cabinets and washers and dryers. It was embers traveling in the wind, landing on the roofs, landing on attics, getting into the homes and burning them. East of L.A., a 1,000-acre fire threatened another 2,000 homes and forced the evacuation of a scenic community of apple orchards in an oak-studded area of San Bernardino County. Brush in the area had not burned for a century, fire officials said. Flames, huge flames, burning like huge candles, erupted between rocky slopes of the San Bernardino Mountains and the neat farmhouses below. More warnings extended, with highs topping 100 degrees in some areas and humidity remaining low. The National Weather Service extended a weekend warning of extreme fire conditions in the central and south and southern California mountains. Winds were light, which prevented the flames from roaring at furious speed into towns. Overall, more than 2,500 firefighters are now on the line. More than 20 helicopters and air tankers are were preparing to dump water and retardant over the flames. 2 Canadian super scoopers, giant craft that can pull thousands of gallons of water from lakes and reservoirs, are expected to join the fight also. Very extreme fires. I've never seen anything like it, said one witness. I'm from Michigan. I'm used to tornadoes, but to see these fires, you feel helpless. He said, this is like the 10 Commandments, referring to the movie, You Go, Holy God, the End of the World. He said, an animal sanctuary called the Roar Foundation, Shambhala Preserve, 6 miles east of Acton, was in the mandatory evacuation zone, but fire officials decided removing the animals would be a logistical nightmare. We had to leave. We have 64 big cats, leopards, lions, tigers, cougars. The animals were just walking around, not being affected. But if we panic, they panic. But we are not in panic mode yet. And the fires have doubled in size, although LA fire has doubled in size. Giant, huge wildfires. Bigger than ever, some say. Extremely dry conditions. An ongoing long-term drought in California. And this is a catastrophe. And these are more signs of the end times transition days. There are many, many signs happening every day all around the world